Hi, this is Yarn Journey back with a requested video on how to make these little bluebell charms on the original Rainbow Loom. So I'll get started with telling you what bands you need. You're going to need 5 of the ocean blues, 1 dark blue, 1 neon orange, and 2 light greens. Now you can change the colors, but so there's 5 of the lighter color and 1 dark, 2 for your bracelet and the gathering, and 1 for the stamen. Okay, so we'll get started. The first band that goes down is a ocean blue, and it can just be put at the bottom here, and you don't need to cross it. Then the next one goes down, and it's also an ocean blue, but it needs to be crossed. Oops, I'm flicking bands everywhere. Okay, so let's see if the camera will focus a bit. So we're going to cross this second band. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get to this video because I keep redoing it, so thank you all for your patience. I'm taking your comments to heart, and it's really hard to get one that doesn't have too much talking or out of focus and all that type of stuff. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to put another light blue band, or the ocean blue, up here like that, and I'm going to loop stitch off this cross band in the middle. So I'm just going to go in like this and pull out like that. You see, just going to I'm just going to go under like this, and then I can just pull out with the back of my hook to get these ones, and then I can pull them off with my fingers. So if you do the loop stitch in a different way, that's okay too. It's just that you need to loop stitch off these, or I think it's called the switch loop. So okay, those 3 are done, and now we're going to do the other 3. Well, the other 2, I'm not even counting right in this video. Okay. All right. So there we have it. And I guess I didn't say how I had the loom set up, but I have it so that they open to the left on the front, or on the back, and the right on the front, just to make it easier to get into the thing. So after I get these switch loops on, it's real important to try to arrange and get this in as close as you can, and that the star looks as even as possible. But as you can see on this loom right now, it's not going to let this collapse right here. So what we'll do is we're going to put on our next light blue band, or ocean blue band, I mean. So, because there's now a pastel blue that's even lighter than this one. And we're just going fishtail now for the rest of this charm. And if you notice, I have my my loom secured here so that they won't come off this base with a couple of extra bands. So that helps too. Because you are pulling up, you know, quite a bit, so you don't want it to come apart. Okay, so with each one that you add, you can try to go in here and get this star to look a little more star shape, because it'll ease up. And you want to bring each band in so that it's next to the you know, like these bands aren't real far apart, that you're starting to get them to come together. Okay, so that's it. See, it's looking a little bit more like a star. Now this is our last light blue, ocean blue band. And we're going fishtail again. Here, maybe if I turn this a little bit. Okay. You can see how it's this one here doesn't lay as close in as the other ones do. Like the one on this would automatically, because it's being pushed. So if you just go through after each band and just try to arrange them a little bit more, it should make it a little bit more even at the bottom of the bluebell, so that the petal, the little loopy petals at the very bottom that gives it that bell shape, will stand out even. Now we're going to put on a dark blue. Okay. Is it focusing? Okay. And we're going to just fishtail again. Oh, I'm sorry. The camera's kind of off to the left-hand side, so... Okay, so we're going to do it again and pull everything in. Try to even things up so the stitches are starting to become more even. So at about this point, the star should look really, really even in there. That each leg is about the same size. So this is they're about 3/8 of an inch long, all of them. So that's really good. And that these little connecting parts, these little pearl-like stitches here, should look about the same size. So if you get one that's really skinny or really big, you can go in and try to even them out. But these ones are looking pretty good, don't you think? So I'm thinking it's going to look pretty good. Okay, now we're ready to put on our calyx band. And we're going fishtail again around. And again, I'm going to push everything in. And this is kind of important, even though we're going to put both of these on this band at the same time, the dark blue and this ocean blue. You want to make sure that your navy blue is going to lay on the inside, towards the peg side. Because if they get crossed at this stage, what happens is they're really hard to sort back out and get it so you get that nice dark blue line that's right next to the green, which kind of gives it a nice look. And it's this one right down in here that you want to make sure that it's laying on towards the peg side. See how it's laying in there? That's kind of important, because I did them a couple of times and I really didn't pay extra attention to getting it to do this. So and I lost it, and then when I was trying to rearrange them afterwards, like I do on the rose or the rosebud, it just didn't work very well. So there we go. So you can see that the dark blue is laying on this green pretty evenly. Okay, so now I'm going to gather them up, and I go around in a clockwise fashion on this particular, well, most of the ones that I do, most of these 5-point ones. And the reason I put it on this peg here is I can now pull it over to the side here and pull on it a bit and check it while it's still on the loom, and I have some, you know, a little bit more give in here before it's all gathered up. I can stretch these out a little bit if they look real uneven. And then I can also go and look at my end and see that it's looking pretty even. See it? So I can check everything out. And then if I have to put something on another peg to undo it or something, I can. There we go. Come on, focus. There we go. So see, it's looking pretty even. Okay. So now we can gather it up. Hope you saw that. It's just pulling it through and doing a slip knot. Okay, now we can pull out our little petals here. Okay. Come on, focus, focus. Right, it's not focusing. There we go. Okay, so we've got it. This one looks the biggest, so I'll do that one last. I'm going to pull them out about 3/8 to 1/2 inch so that they come back down to about 1/8 of an inch. So it's like a 4-to-1 ratio, 3-to-4 ratio, about how far you pull. If you want it to go, come back to 1/8 of an inch, you pull it out 1/2 inch. If you want it to, you know, come out bigger, like on the bigger petals to like 1/2 inch, then you'd pull it out 1 inch. There we go. Oops, see, that one is a bigger petal. But we'll pull on this one a little bit, and we'll pull on this one a little bit. And as you can see, I've got 2 that are twisted, but they're not so hard to untwist. What you do is, I like to just go through here, go underneath this first fishtail stitch on each side, here and here. Then I just flip my loop over it. Okay, so I've got it. I'm going through the loop and I've got those 2. Then I take my loop just with my fingers and flip it so that I've got these 2 little things on here, the bottom of the fishtail. Then you just pull on this little loop here, and it should, do you see it? There we go. It should, even though it's twisted, it should form a nice round loop. Then you can pull this out like this, and it won't be twisted anymore. See? So let's go do the other side. You just go through here, go find the V that's holding it. This side looks like it's a little bit tighter. That's probably why it's twisting. So if it's really hard, you can just go on the outside of it too first and loosen it up. Sometimes that's enough that you don't even have to go through the inside. Let's see if that helped. Yep, that helped. So you can go from either side, the front or the back. I know when you go in through the middle and you go through, that always works. Sometimes when you just go through the back, it doesn't untwist all the way. So there we have it, and they're all untwisted, and they give you that nice little bell shape. And we have a nice dark blue line around the base of the flower too. Okay, and then for the little stamen. I go find a place that looks like it'll hide, and I just go up through like this. No, you're right. I went the other way, didn't I? I go up through the center. I find the center. You can see where all of these are crossing in the middle, and you can see right where the center is. And I find a place that looks pretty tight. And I just pull it through. Like that. And I make sure it comes out about 1/8 of an inch. Maybe a little less, but around that. And then you just have to cut off the extra loop here. And this one you can use for your next flower, so you can get 2 of these out of each band. And you have a little bluebell made on the original Rainbow Loom. And the same steps can be done on the 5 for the monster tail too, you know, just arranging each layer and untwisting the loops at the end. And if they twist a little bit, like this one, or you know, some of them, it kind of gives it a little texture, so they don't have to be like perfectly flat to be a bluebell. You'll just give it a little texture. So I hope this helps everybody make these little bluebells, and I'm really sorry it took me so long to figure out how to record these videos and get good sound and stuff like that. So thank you very much for watching. Bye.